This is a DH126D Digitrax digital decoder to convert a DC Loco to DCC. And these are my bestest, smoothest, quietest DC Locos I have in my fleet. And today you get to choose which one of these lucky Locos gets the upgrade. Hello YouTubes. Now eventually I'd like to convert all my best running DC Locos to DCC, but decoders are expensive. This one is just a basic power and light function decoder, nothing fancy. And eventually I would like to get, tsunami sound and all that kind of stuff, but we're talking about 125 upwards starting price. So that's not happening for a little while. Now, you get to choose by voting your favourites based on 4 criteria. Looks, the creep and crawl function, the sound it makes, which isn't really that important, except since I don't have a sound decoder, I want them as quiet as possible, almost silent for now. And the final criteria will be sentimental value. Now, growing up in Scotland, I don't really have any sentimental value on these Locos other than maybe the Chessie because it was one of the first ones I've got, but it's not up to me, it's up to you. So let's begin with first criteria, looks. Contestant number 1 is this rather striking Lehigh Valley number 538 in a deep burgundy. I picked this model up at a train show for about $20. And I was very surprised at just how well it ran and how quiet it was. I think you will be too. Our next contestant is this bright yellow Union Pacific number 1401 with green bonnet. Really nice condition. Another train show acquisition for $20, and again, runs like a dream, but you'll find out very soon. Our third contestant this evening is this Chessie System B&O number 4132. This is one of the first models I got since I started the hobby back in April. Got it on eBay, took a gamble. Turns out to be one of the best running trains I've got. Our fourth contender is this Canadian National 5075. This is yet another extremely smooth runner. Very quiet, kind of plain with the livery, so it might not do well in the looks department, but it's still a fantastic runner. And our final contender this evening, Canadian Pacific 1642, and I think this may be the first train I got at a train show since I started the hobby earlier this year. Super quiet, super smooth, full of character. So that's the swimwear segment of the competition complete. Let's move on to functionality, starting with creep or crawl. Very nicely done, Miss Lehigh Valley. Moving on to the next. Beautiful job, Miss Union Pacific. Fantastic work, Miss Chessie. Outstanding, Canadian National. Poetry in motion, Canadian Pacific. Well done, everyone. Now we move on to the next segment, sound and motion. Each contestant will have a chance to do an entire lap of the layout, and we will be listening for the sounds and observing the motion. We will be watching carefully for speed consistency on inclines up and down the hills. We will also be observing smoothness over turnouts. Let's start with Lehigh Valley. Beautiful job. Next up, Union Pacific. Incredible. Next we have a crowd favourite, Chizzy System. Sheer perfection. Time for some Canadian national pride. Very nicely done. And finally, from the other side of Canada, Canadian Pacific. Executed flawlessly. Simply outstanding. I wouldn't want to be in your shoes. Now it's time to move on to the final segment, sentimental value. This is where you choose whichever loco means the most to you. Will it be Lehigh Valley? Does Union Pacific have a place in your heart? Or maybe Chessie System? Perhaps Canadian National? Or will it be Canadian Pacific? Lines are now open, and by lines I mean the comment section. So just leave your comment down below. Is it going to be Lehigh Valley? You can put LH, you don't need to type in the whole thing. Likewise, UP, CS, CN or CP. Quite simple really. Voting ends on Friday 24th November and I will be installing the decoder in time for the next Tune-Up Tuesday following that Friday. Thanks for playing along. Whatever one gets the decoder, it's going to be well worth it. Take care everyone. See you soon.
Loco.